It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Monday morning. It's July 14th. Bastille Day. So my history class tells me.
Oh.
Bon matin, mes amis. But around here, it's just Monday. It's just a Monday in the middle of July, for crying out loud. And, well, Paul, I'm feeling Minnesota, so why don't we hop right into some headlines. Paul Fletcher with me, of course.
Greetings. I'm still high from the high-octane fumes of Monster Jam Saturday. Took the kids.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Oh, that's why it's so smoky outside. It's those trucks.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Fair enough. Almost buried the lead. Ryder, of course, also here with us this morning.
Am I boring you?
Is that why you skipped me?
It's. I'm looking for a little more sparkle on a Monday morning, a little more pizzazz.
The goal for the day is not to say anything that would make Today Show host Craig Melvin yawn.
Okay,
so that's what we're doing.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
No yawning allowed.
No.
Sorry. Back to you, Paul.
Oh, no problem. The Minnesota Department of Health is testing water samples in Crystal, Golden Valley, and New Hope after a boil water advisory was issued following a water disruption yesterday morning. This sounds like olden times. Officials expect the advisory to remain in place for at least 24 hours as lab testing occurs. While in effect, residents are told not to drink the tap water or use it for brushing teeth or making ice or cooking unless it has been boiled.
And tell me where that is happening again, please.
That would be Golden Valley, Crystal, and New Hope.
All right, I don't live in any of those, so cool. But for those who do, hey, pay attention.
Yeah.
You can shower, but you have to boil the water first. No, I'm kidding. You can shower, just don't accidentally drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much. One drop. One drop will do you.
Yeah. God, just yuck.
Just go au naturel until further notice. That's my advice.
That's what I would say. President Donald Trump announced 30% tariffs on the European Union and Mexico Saturday, barring any agreement. The tariffs are scheduled to go into effect August 1st. The EU is the U.S.'s single biggest trading partner, with total trade approaching $1 trillion last year. Trade with Mexico approached $840 billion. The announcement comes amid ongoing negotiations. Trump warned in his statement any retaliatory rate the EU levies on the U.S. will automatically add to EU goods. Okay. However, these things have been noted before or announced before and then backtracked on. So we'll see, or delayed. So we'll just have to see what happens there.
That's right.
A 69-year-old woman is recovering after being attacked by a black bear in Barron County on Saturday.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. According to the Wisconsin DNR, the woman was attacked around 2 p.m. near the town of Comstock. The woman was able to call 911 and was taken to a local hospital. However, her condition is unknown still as of this morning. Officials said attempts to locate the bear were unsuccessful, but efforts to capture the bear are ongoing. The DNR said it's unknown why the attack occurred, which is weird because they also said that there was a cub nearby the zone that it happened. So It sounds like defense to me.
Yeah, I'll tell you why it happened. Because it's a bear and they're nuts.
Ugh.
Yeah, steer clear. That's my advice for always. Steer clear.
Not interested in playing with bears. The preliminary report on the Air India crash indicates the fuel control switches for both engines were turned off shortly after takeoff, causing a loss of engine power. The switches were quickly flipped back to the run position, but the plane was too low to recover. The report did not specify why the switches were initially moved, but it noted that the movement from run to cutoff typically occurs during engine shutdown on the ground or in emergencies. Just basically adds another cloud of speculation and confusion.
Just focus on the odds. Chances are you'll be fine. That's my advice for all travelers. Just remember, numerically speaking, mathematically speaking, it's still the safest way to travel. Move on now.
And not even close, too. It's very safe. After being released on vinyl on Record Store Day back in April, Bruce Springsteen and the Killers EP, Encore at the Garden, has been released to all streaming services. The EP features the 3 songs the two acts did together at Madison Square Garden in New York City on October 1st, 2022. That'd be Badlands, Dustland, and Born to Run. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't want, if you just didn't get there on
Record Store Day,
or if you just don't use physical, you can get that goodness now on your favorite streaming service. There you go. A nudist group near Pittsburgh hosted a cheekily named event. You know what? Just saying cheekily is keeping me in shape this morning. Named event over the weekend called Balls Out Bowling, where participants enjoyed a night of bowling in the buff. The event was all about body positivity, comfort, and fun, of course. Organizers said it was a judgment-free zone where folks could let it all hang out while knocking pins down.
Sure.
The bowling alley was closed to the public during the event, and yes, hygiene protocols were in place. Plenty of towels, plenty of seat covers, and yes, bowling shoes were required.
Okay.
I would hope
was
so.
Getting nervous. I'm like, did they not wear the shoes? Are they messing up the lanes? What's happening?
Without the shoes,
yes.
you couldn't do your proper form. You couldn't slide the way you need to.
No, that was my first thought was, please tell me they're still wearing the shoes. And my second thought is body comfort, nude bowling. I've said this for decades. I'm only like a few 100,000 crunches away from feeling comfortable about doing that myself.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. Why you want or need, but you know what? Power to them.
I don't know there's that many activities I want to do nude,
No.
but I've never considered bowling nude. Don't want to do it. I don't want to play ping pong nude. I don't want to go bowling nude. There's not a lot I want to do nude, honestly.
Of all of the sports, bowling feels pretty safe to do
It does.
naked. Like, nobody's throwing anything at you. You're not trying to slide anywhere. Nobody's going to tackle you.
Imagine fishing naked.
Well, as long as you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying I've seen some strange things happen in bowling alleys.
you don't
late at night.
want to get anything tangled.
Yeah. I could see it if you do like that late night laser bowling thing where they go blacklight bowling. Maybe.
All right.
Just come clean. If you're in a blacklight, come clean.
That's very true.
Ozzy Osbourne is set to release his final memoir, Last Rites, on October 7th, focusing on the last 7 years of his life. The book will cover Osbourne's marriage to Sharon, his Parkinson's disease diagnosis, and spinal surgery, as well as his experiences with iconic rock figures like Slash, Bon Scott, John Bonham, etc., etc. Last Rites will also detail the events of the Back to the Beginning concert, which will be pretty cool because it'll be probably the first recollection or thoughts on that since it just happened.
Yep.
And Ozzy reflects on his life. He says, if it ends tomorrow, I can't complain. I've been all around the world. I've seen a lot of things. I've done good and I've done bad. But right now, I'm not ready to go anywhere.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on, Oswald, as I like to call him.
I'll tell you what, he's putting a pretty damn good bow on the end of his life, the way he's been doing things lately.
I would say so.
Superman is officially soaring and back on top of the box office. The latest reboot from DC and James Gunn earned $122 million in its opening weekend, the third biggest debut for a movie this year. Jurassic World Rebirth took second place, F1 in third. And by the way, Superman did 217 globally, 217 million, and I did not see it.
Did not see it. Okay.
No, we were planning on it, but it was a busy weekend.
I will exhale and wait for the review when appropriate.
It's going to happen in the next day or two. It
All right.
just didn't happen this weekend.
The Minnesota Twins go into the All-Star break 2 games under 500. Loss yesterday to the Pittsburgh Pirates 2-1 is a drag. However, they did win the series. They won the first 2. So the last 3 series at home, Tampa Bay, Cubs, and Pittsburgh, they won 2 out of 3. So listen, things are looking better for the second half. However, the real weekend news for the Twins came on Saturday. First of all, Byron Buxton bobblehead doll was Saturday.
Yeah.
So fans waited for hours to get that bobblehead. And then Byron Buxton, he led off the game with an infield single. In the second inning, comes up again, hits a triple.
Wow.
And then scored. And then in the third inning, a double. And then in the fifth inning, yet again, a single. He comes up in the 7th. He's got a single, a double, and a triple already. Two singles. What might happen?
And the 0-2 in the air to center field. Cruz going back. Cruz to the wall. Looks up. It is gone. He's done it. Byron Buxton, a cycle. A 7th inning home run to straightaway center field.
There it is.
The Twins have their first cycle as a team since 2019. First cycle ever at Target Field. And guess who?
Incredible.
The All-Star, Byron Buxton.
First ever cycle at Target Field.
I know, so freaking cool.
And by the way, that's a 430-footer to dead center field. I mean, my man did not cheat himself going. It wasn't one of those, I'm just going to creep this one over the wall.
It was a beauty.
It was an absolute blast.
bomb.
And on top of that, bobblehead day, to hit for the cycle on your bobblehead day, Buxton is having a pretty special season.
He is.
The Aurora lost 1-0 to Utah United in the W League semifinal Saturday night. That's a drag.
It is.
In 4 years, the Aurora have lost 2 home games.
Yeah,
That's it.
I know.
Both times the season ended. They've yet to lose a regular season game and they've yet to win a league title. A real good team.
Yeah.
Just got to get it over the hump there. Damn. They finished 12-1-2. The Timberwolves, the new ownership, Laurie and A-Rod, a couple things over the weekend in speaking with the media. They said, hey, they're going to bring Kevin Garnett back. He's been out. He and Glenn Taylor can't stand each other.
Right.
With new ownership, they're like, we have to bring KG back into the fold. He's a Wolves legend. He's a warrior, I was going to say. The greatest player in Wolves history as of today.
Yeah.
Come back in 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to be cool to see him come back. Hopefully he embraces the opportunity. They've also said they plan to privately fund the new arena wherever they build
I love
it.
That.
And they absolutely plan or hope to keep it in Minneapolis as opposed to an outlying area.
Yeah.
We shall see. And finally, the Loons, a 4-1 win Saturday against San Jose at home. They are now still in second place, trailing San Diego by only 2 points. Very nice job. A lot of good soccer in the Twin Cities these days. I found out just recently that the original location for that stadium was the North Loop. And Minneapolis was like, nah, sorry, too much you need. And then St. Paul took it, and I was depressed all weekend.
I bet you were.
I was like, wait a minute. We almost had the soccer stadium right here, like
Walking distance.
5 minutes from my house. I really wish I didn't know that.
It's in a really cool spot, though.
It is. Oh, I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Prescott, Wisconsin. Good to have. Speaking of a cool spot,
Yeah,
Prescott. Glad to have you with us this morning.
Yeah. They established their fur trading in 1839.
Is that when they did that?
Yeah.
Nice. Prescott. That's French for.
That's what I found.
Traders of fur.
It is.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
That's exactly what it is.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Byron Buxton is in the
Home Run Derby?
Thank you. Thank you. The Home Run Derby All-Star Weekend. Let's send the man a Monday morning mixtape.
Okay.
Walk-up songs. Let's see. We got to give him plenty of things to choose from. Normally, as we said, during regular season, his walk-up is what? Jammin' by Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Which... Okay, you're going to get 3, 4, sometimes 5 at-bats in a game, 162 games. I get it. You want something slow and steady, just sets a vibe. You don't want to get out over your skis. You don't want the adrenaline to course through your veins too much. But this is a home run derby tonight.
Yeah.
A whole different thing. You need to come out and you got to have something that just fires you up and keeps you in the zone.
Yeah.
You know, if this were, the late 90s, I'd say just jack yourself with some roids. But no, we're going to let music do that job for us now.
Jeez.
Let's throw the man a Monday morning mixtape, shall we? How about that, Byron Buxton? So he's going to walk up, he's going to walk out of the dugout, and he's going to approach home plate, and he's going to swing the bat real hard a whole lot. So what do you think? What song? Let's fill out the Monday morning mixtape for Byron Buxton. What should his walk-up song be? What should be blasting through his mind as he's jacking home run after home run after home run? Did anything come to mind for you, Ryder?
An homage to his dad, a long-haul truck driver. He does the buck truck.
Yeah.
Deep Purple Highway Star. Let's
Sure.
go.
Something tells me that Byron Buxton, however, would look at you and say, okay, now what is that
Who
song?
is that song?
Who is that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's from 30 years before I was born?
I can play that song on the drums.
Is that true?
If we're playing Rock Band.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really good.
Right on. All right.
Okay.
I was going to say, we can go down the hall and test that theory of yours.
No, I have to have the music up on the screen, and I have to hit the little beats with the toy
Sure.
drum kit.
Okay.
Yeah.
651-989 Rock. Let us know his walk-up song. Sorry, Ryder. What was that?
Gentlemen, what are your picks?
I myself, I didn't overthink it. I just simply thought, okay, energy, vibe. If it was me and I'm walking up and I just have to get into a manic state of mind,
Okay.
I went right to probably the obvious song for most of us. That's Both Sides of the Line by Jason and the Scorchers. I mean, isn't that what we were all thinking? You just want to get the original country punk band of all time. Back when they were called Jason and the Nashville Scorchers. We all went there, right?
Of course.
651-989 Rock. What song should Byron Buxton rock for his walk-up at the Home Run Derby? Let us know. Rochelle, our buddy, texted simply, don't overthink it. Back in Black, AC/DC.
Oh, there's been a lot of AC/DC. Walking up to Thunderstruck. Talk about audio steroids. Here you go.
That'll do it. And of course, Struck. I mean, it's just, even the word makes sense. I could see it happening. Let's see. John texted in. Now, the title makes sense. The song itself, Skyway by the Replacements.
It's a top 3 replacement song for me, just not for a home run derby.
If you're thinking you hit the ball far, put the ball up on the Skyway, sure, but it's a
real slow.
Slow burn.
It's a snooze fest.
It's like I want to hear that in the middle of winter when I'm rocking around my neighborhood and the flakes are just falling.
We got one from a 651. Sorry, we got one from a 651. Boom boom, out go the lights from Pat Travers. That's a good call.
That makes sense.
One. Yeah,
thematically good. I don't want to hear it, though. You know what I mean? I've just heard it enough. That's one of those. Here Comes the Boom by Nelly. Okay, fair enough. We got plenty of suggestions here. 651-989-ROCK. Let us know what Byron should walk out to for the home run derby.
92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Men at work from Australia. They took over the entire planet for about 3 years, and then they just like Icarus, a little too close to the sun. It all blew up and ended and went away. And, well, so what?
Maybe they're just coasting out.
They had it.
If you could hang out in Australia and not work for the rest of your life, wouldn't you do it?
Not a bad deal.
I wouldn't stay in Australia, though, as we all know. Everything. I just saw something the other day about it's spider season in Australia, where
season?
There's a whole part of the country where so many spiders come out, and it looks like snowy fields, but it's all the webs. It just covers acres and acres and acres of I was in Australia once in a taxi, and the cab driver told me that a redback storm was coming, and I said, "What are redbacks?" He goes, "The spiders, mate. They're blowing." It was a dust storm bringing hundreds of thousands of poisonous spiders into the city of Perth. And I was like, I'm going to go to my hotel and I'm going to turn off the air conditioner and I'm going to seal the windows and you guys can all just be Australian. Bunch of weirdos.
And maybe tape a towel to the bottom of the door. Yeah, for sure. It's like mosquito season here, but poisonous.
Yeah, a little bit different. Kind of like, he goes, it's like your black widows. And I'm like, okay, well then that's even more reason why I'm never coming back here.
Yeah, no. They have snakes too,
Don't get me started. We're gonna have
hot there.
It's just the worst. I mean, honestly, it's hell on earth.
Okay.
Yeah, no, thank you.
If you're gonna go that far, just stop at New Zealand. That's heaven on earth.
It's so funny. When I became an adult and wanted to start traveling, Australia instantly became the number one place I wanted to go.
Sure.
Until I read this stuff. Now I have no desire to ever go.
No, the reason Australians look down their nose at New Zealanders so much is because they know, they're way better than we are. But they're small, so we have to act big and tough and show you our biceps. No, New Zealand's the way to go. Hey, it's really hot. It's going to get hotter. And every day, so I walk out of the building, and sometimes it's still morning, and my car is already just cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I like a good dark car, and I like a good dark interior, even though that means I'm going to walk outside and sit down, and I'm like, and I'm going to grab the steering wheel. And it's, we all know hot cars.
Yeah.
I have somehow lived a really long time without understanding how easy it is to cool down your overly hot car in a matter of seconds.
Okay.
And now, thankfully, a math professor from the University of Cambridge, science, pencil head, smarty pants.
There we go.
Has gone on
but
to
math. That's interesting.
Brought it all around on TikTok, a video. I watched this and then I went out and immediately tried it, and by God, it worked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Want to cool down a car? So, and there's probably a lot of people right now going, "Where you been, dude? Been doing this since the 70s." I had no idea.
I'd never heard of it either. I tried it this weekend as well, and it worked for me.
Here's what we do: roll down your passenger side window. Just the one window. And then go around to the driver's door, open and close your driver's door 4 or 5 times like you're fanning the air. Standing outside with the door open, just open and close, open and close, open and close.
Yep.
You're forcing the hot air that's inside your car out, and you're pulling cooler air in. It's some sort of, I don't call it physics, call it math, call it whatever. I call it a lifesaver.
It's science.
You can drop the inside temperature of your car by up to 20 degrees in in less than 10 seconds. That's a big change.
That is a big change.
I read something it's related, but not part of the story. I read this long time ago, and I've been doing it ever since. Another thing you can do to speed it up, if you have a sunroof, open that.
Oh, really?
Hot air goes up. So
Okay.
it can go out the window
who's got
and the
a
sunroof.
fancy pants sunroof? 'Cause
Most,
I certainly
a lot of
don't.
people. A lot of people do though.
Okay.
So,
Guilty as charged. But the problem with that is,
I have an old car and mine has a sunroof.
but
so
for
it's possible.
for me to get the sunroof open, that's another 9 seconds sitting in the inferno because it's a
goes
slow
slow.
mover.
Right,
It goes
it's
slow.
auto. So just hit it and then go about your fanning.
I don't know, man.
I'm just telling you.
Okay, so you two have done this?
Yep.
I did it.
And you didn't feel silly standing outside your car, opening and shutting the door. Did anybody come by and say, "What the hell are you doing?"
Do you have any idea how many stupid things I've done in my life? This didn't even register that someone might think this is weird.
Yeah, I was actually sitting inside, just opening and closing. I didn't stand outside. I sat inside.
You sat in the car?
Yeah, I was just because I went. It's because I had already sat down, and then I remembered the story, and I went, "Oh, I'm going to try it." So I went, no, didn't feel silly, but it worked.
It worked. So
Did you feel it cool down?
I'm not saying I was suddenly not sweating, but yeah, absolutely felt it cool down.
Even with you blocking the flow of the air by being in the car.
I guess my execution wasn't great, but yeah, I mean, because it's just going to go. The air's just going to go around me.
Okay,
it's a lot to go around, admittedly, but
I was surprised, genuinely surprised at the difference it made.
I don't know if it was 20 degrees or not, but it was noticeable.
I saw something else that said when you park your car before you turn it off, it said, turn your steering wheel all the way to one side so that your steering wheel's upside down. Therefore, when you turn your car on and right side it up, the sun hasn't been cooking where you put your hands. And again, I just thought, where have I been living? Just Dumbville.
Yeah.
I never knew any of these things. I've been getting, and I mean, now it's not as bad as I spent a lot of years in the South. And it's a whole different thing down there. Like, the automatic, you got the app, you turn your car on in the winter to heat it up. Well, down there, you got to do that with the AC. When you get out of the car, the last thing you can do is put your AC on low, fan up high, and turn it on for 10 minutes before you get in it, or you're just taking your life into your own hands.
I was curious if anybody in Minnesota, because I don't have the automatic start, I'm not fancy like that. I was curious if anybody was using it for the AC, and because I know my husband does for the heat in the winter, but would never do it for AC in the summer.
I haven't thought to do it here. I guess it's just my personal algorithm for it's so hot. My God, I can't stand the idea of getting in that car. Hasn't hit me yet.
Okay.
But now that I've said it out loud, and now that we're talking about it, I'm gonna be tempted to do it, and then I'll feel like a total douchebag.
This is one of those times where having an electric car is nice because then you can pre-cool it before you even get to it.
Is that true?
That's a real deal. Yeah, real thing.
What do you mean pre-cool it?
You can, if your car has an app, like I'm speaking specifically Tesla, but I think the others do it as well. If you have an app, like while I'm sitting here finishing up work, I can go into my app and adjust the climate control
turn the engine
in there.
on. Because
there is no engine because it's an electric car.
Yeah, exactly. So it's bad enough. It's bad enough when you're doing it to heat your car. You just feel like kind of a douche. I still go back to the days where I'm worried about the ozone, even though we fixed it. Hey, science, thanks. But the idea of doing that on a hot summer day to cool my car, that would make me feel like I couldn't do it. But now suddenly the EV idea. Okay, all right, sure. I feel you out there. I see you. Yeah, that's true. You do see all those. There's always that thing about a dog in the car, but there's a piece of paper that says it's okay. The AC's on. He's fine. And you're at Cub Foods thinking about that dog the whole time, so you forget to get the broccoli. Or maybe that's just me.
I think that's just you. Yeah, because I just don't get the broccoli.
We are rolling into the hottest part of the year. Remember, if you want to cool down the house, just break out the yogurt.
Okay, I haven't seen this at all. I haven't seen the story at all. So I'm not suggesting
rolling with you. I'm not suggesting you eat yogurt. Although a nice bowl of yogurt, on a hot day, if it's cool.
Yogurt?
Dude,
frozen yogurt works. Yeah, man.
High protein yogurt is
Come
delicious.
on, that's fantastic. Researchers in the United Kingdom were thinking about how can we cool down homes because you still have a lot of places over there without AC. And here's what they came up with. Get yogurt. Get a few big buckets of yogurt and just wipe a small, very thin layer of yogurt, a film, if you will, on all of your exterior windows. Ugh. Let it dry.
Exterior?
And exterior windows of your home. On the outside.
Okay.
The yogurt will form a thin film on the window itself. It will reflect the incoming solar radiation due to its light color, and less heat will pass through. Now, if the first thing you think is, oh my God, it's going to stink to high heaven, it only smells bad while it's drying. Once it's dried, it has the odor is totally gone. Okay? You can put it out, you kind of paint it like with a roller. And you only need a tiny little bit, a wafer thin layer of yogurt on your outside windows. A tablespoon per window. That's how little you need.
Per window?
Yeah.
So,
what about the bugs?
Does blueberry maybe work the best because it's darker color?
No, it just says, you know what, you can go just straight up, just good old fashioned, just plain vanilla, plain or plain vanilla, whatever, any sort of yogurt. It's not messy. It can stay there for a while, and as long as there's not a heavy rain, that'll wash it off.
It's going to clear it.
And when you do want to wash it off, it's just a little cloth and water. Boom, boom, boom.
No.
It hasn't been known to attract insects and pests. Apparently, the secret to staying cool all these years. I thought it was a cocktail and a cigarette. It's just yogurt.
I'm going to try the cocktail and the cigarette first, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that.
Hard pass on this.
I'll try the yogurt. I'll get one small thing of Yoplait, and I will get I'll go to the hardware store, get a paint roller.
Get a little one.
I'll take a picture of it, and I'll try it for the team. I'll take one for the team.
Now, there's one thing that I've used in the past, and this is the absolute best. Not only is there's one thing that's even better than yogurt on your windows. This blocks out. This keeps the room cool and blocks out all sunlight, and that's just straight up, as the Brits would say, aluminum foil. Get some aluminum foil.
Yeah.
Boy, you want to talk about no sun coming through and keeping things cooler. Now, of course, it immediately turns your house into what looks like a crack den. However, if you don't care what the neighbors think, boy, you can foil up a window, and man, you don't need sleeping shades. You don't need anything. It's pitch black and much cooler.
Oh, man. But you're blinding the whole friggin' neighborhood.
There is that. There is that.
Clark W. Griswold's house, but in the middle of July.
Well, listen, I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm a miracle. I don't have the miracle solutions for everybody. I'm just saying you want to be dark and cool, go with tinfoil. If you want to hear a knock on the door and someone assumes you're in there trafficking drugs, that's a part of it, too. Just
all
saying.
right, that's reflective, too. Like, that could be interesting. I'm going to try the yogurt, though. I'm going to do the yogurt for the team.
Literally and figuratively. You got to reflect on life if you've gotten to the place where you're like, I need more foil for the windows.
That's true.
You've made some decisions.
That's a good point.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. I'm feeling a little extra stressed today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah?
And so are you. And so are you. And so are you.
Why?
Because it's Monday, and that's just what we do.
Okay.
And researchers have been testing people's hair to specifically check out the levels of cortisol. Cortisol, the stress hormone that your body produces when you're stressed. You can test a piece of someone's hair and determine how much cortisol they're producing. More people, I should say just about everybody, produces more cortisol on Mondays than any other day.
Huh. Even bald people.
23% more cortisol coursing through your veins on a Monday. Now, if you have too much cortisol, if you're in a state of high stress, it ups your risk for heart disease, for weight gain, and a lot of other issues.
Okay.
The craziest part of this study was they were testing people at all ages. And even especially among retirees, that level of cortisol jacked up on Mondays.
Really?
Meaning, Pavlovian animals that we are, we just never really get over the Monday stress. The work week, the school week, it kicks back in. And no matter what you're doing, no matter what age, if you've started school already, Mondays, you're just a little more stressed than other days.
This is weird to me. I mean, when I was on the beach for 6 months between jobs, I didn't know what day it was.
Okay.
So I don't feel like I felt any different stress. Also, if you're one of those parents who likes the kids out of the house for a little bit, I would think that if you're retired, well, then if you're retired, you don't have kids. But still, the kids go off to school. You have nothing to do all day.
I don't know. I think it's just so deeply ingrained. I don't have a Monday.
It starts at kindergarten.
I don't have Monday morning stress, but I still, without question, all the triggers, all the Pavlovian things on Sunday evenings, even in the summer, I am always aware of Sunday. It started as a kid.
Yeah.
I was in a 60 Minutes household. That ticking, that stopwatch on 60 Minutes. Instantly, my stress level started to go. It was over. The end of football. When they started Sunday night football, I thought that's cool, but then it made it worse somehow. It's like, no, because there's the idea of, the reward for your week at the end of your week is you get an all day of football, but then the end of the football day, Sunday, means, oh man, tomorrow I got to go back to school or got to go to work. My Sunday evenings, way more than Monday mornings. But to this day, if I hear that stopwatch, I was a full-time musician touring, and again, a world where you think you don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
And Sunday evenings, I'd be like, what am I stressing about? Like Monday's usually a day off.
That's
like, what do I care?
Thinking. Yeah.
No, it's pure Pavlovian. I hear a bell, I salivate. I hear that stopwatch, I get bummed out because I didn't do my homework. It's that simple.
Interesting. Well,
But you said you just took you were just
I didn't even
off
notice.
the grid. Didn't even notice.
It was actually kind of scary how quickly I disconnected from everything.
Well, then you, my friend, have won the life lottery. If you can unplug that quickly.
Cheers to that.
No, because I had to come back to work with you people. So,
but you know what? Every Monday morning, though, do yourself a favor. If it's a Monday morning, give yourself a special little breakfast, something special to take away the sting. Like maybe go with some good old-fashioned breakfast cereal like you're a little kid. Maybe that'll help. What is the best? Let's talk about breakfast cereal. Let's talk about the 10 best cereals of all time. Go ahead and sharpen those elbows because there's nothing that people want to throw a right hook over more than what cereal trumps another. 1984, that was a time in my life when I was still eating cereal by the ton.
Sure.
Oh, my God. A college kid in the dorm. Yeah, box after box of cereal. It was just a
24
staple.
hours a day?
Yeah. It was not a breakfast food. Okay. It was just life support, basically.
2 or 3 for breakfast, maybe 1 for lunch, and then 1 as a treat after dinner.
There was never a time when I would not have been happy to have a bowl of cereal in the lap. Sitting there at a crappy little tiny TV with the antenna up, just watching Jeopardy in the afternoon. Just working it over.
The rare occasion that I allow myself to eat garbage cereal, it still makes me incredibly happy.
Yeah. No, I
don't do it often, but man.
Very rarely do I. The only difference is now I couldn't possibly eat a bowl of cereal with whole milk. That would not happen. That's all I ever drank growing up. Yeah, I was a whole milk kid from a whole milk family. And I mean a whole lot of whole milk. 12 half gallons twice a week at its peak.
Really?
That would be 12 gallons a week.
Oh.
Mondays and Thursdays, my mom would come back. She had the milk crate with 9 half gallons and then 3 laying on top of those. That's a total of 12 gallons per week in the Gorman house.
Milk is good for the bones. Your bones should live to be 4, 5, 6, 700 years old.
Let's hope. But now a glass of whole milk would just put me down. I would just be like, that would just do me sideways. So
it's almost like yogurt at this point. If you
I gotta go real lean. But every now and again, I will just get that hankering, and I will just say, you know what? I'm just going to buy 1 box of something, and I'll eat it over a few days, and then I'll go another couple years without it.
Yeah,
still does the trick. There's a new ranking from our friends at thetropicalfruit.com. Best ever breakfast cereals ever. The top 10 ever.
All right.
And so, this was the kind of thing, too. Not only just generally speaking, but again, going back to the Gorman household, we would fight over anything, any reason to fight. With a bunch of boys in the house.
Yeah, duh.
Hey, let's play ping pong. No, let's play pool. Fight.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's play life. No, let's play Monopoly. Fight. And breakfast cereals, good God almighty, there were hooks being thrown regularly for either taking the last of one or just simply, I like Quisp. Well, I like Frosted Flakes. We're going to have to fight. That's just how that went.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. No, any reason to blow up a little bit of steam.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Frosted Flakes, always taken for granted because it's just so omnipresent because you want to say, oh, I love a good niche cereal. No, man, I will knock back a bowl of Frosted Flakes with the best of them. Still works for me.
Sure. Did that make the list?
It's on the list, and
okay.
I'm surprised to see it's at number 10.
Really?
I thought it was going to be.
Right.
I thought Tony and the Tiger group would be exactly.
The problem with Frosted Flakes is that Tony the Tiger is the best thing about Frosted Flakes.
I don't know, man.
They're fine, but they're about number 10.
Still works for me. Number 9 on the list, Fruit Loops. Surprising to see that in there. I just would have thought over time we would have realized there's other fruity options that are better.
Sure.
Trix. Trix is fantastic.
I remember having the conversation where we got the Fruit Loops, take one of each color and taste them, and that sudden realization of, they all taste exactly the same.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just food dye.
Yeah.
Here we thought we had something special. No, not at all.
Now, I'm not a cereal person even a little bit, and I never have. I just don't want milk gushing everything up or whatever, but when I would have a bowl of cereal, it would almost always be some Lucky Charms with the marshmallows. Did that make the list?
Lucky Charms is number 8 on this
there
list.
we go.
Wow.
Make no mistake about it. I'm going to give you one more, and then, by the way, 651-989-ROCK. What is the greatest ever breakfast cereal? Number 7 on the list, and this is a shocker, Wheaties. The only one that pretends to be healthy.
Right.
Wheaties, or as if you prefer, Wheaties. Wheaties is on the list. The Breakfast of Champions. Never a big Wheaties family. It would sometimes end up there, and we'd be like, why'd mom buy Wheaties? We were. If I wanted a healthy cereal, I went to the Product 19.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Ryder's Lucky Charms? This just learned from reading the nutrition labels. That's
Okay.
all.
All right.
Lucky Charms lower in carbs than Cheerios.
Lucky Charms lower in carbs than Cheerios.
Because, you know, sugar and whatnot make up carbs. And you'd think with the marshmallows and whatnot that Lucky Charms would be like stratosphere compared to Cheerios. Not quite so true.
You've already left me behind. I'm just thinking pure flavor
So
here.
I'm just hearing eat a bowl of marshmallows and
Basically.
then I'm good to go. Yeah.
All I want to know is riboflavin levels. That's all I'm concerned with. What's the best tasting cereal to you? 651-989 Rock. Top breakfast cereals all time. Whew. Man, the passion for breakfast cereal around here. 651-989 Rock. We have more texts than we could shake a stick at.
It's crazy. I'm
right
not sure
now.
I've seen the right answer yet, though.
I mean, just going down the list. Captain Crunch, Peanut Butter Crunch, and Lucky Charms are 1 and 2. Frankenberry and Quisp aren't bad when you can find them.
Quisp?
If I found a box of Quisp right now, I'd eat it just without. I just put my hand in there. Don't need any milk. I would knock it all back down.
Like popcorn?
I'm sure your friend Jeffrey Bezos has it available at his Amazon.
I just looked.
Internet
I didn't
site.
see Quisp on
Really?
there. The first thing I would do is I would take a picture of it and send it to my brother Doug, who wherever he is, whatever he's doing right now, in the back of his mind, he's thinking about Quisp. I promise you. My man was a Quisp addict. A lot of Captain Crunch. Okay, grape nuts with honey. Whoever texted that, stop. This is not a comedy show.
No.
This is a hardcore news cereal show.
Yes, this is
Grape
there's
nuts.
no room for nonsense like that.
I didn't say what's going to break your teeth. I said
No.
what tastes good in the morning.
We also didn't ask what cereal would you have to eat if you lost a bet.
That's very true.
Because that would be grape nuts.
Your top 3 on the list. Here they are. Number 3.
Come on.
By the way, my personal favorite, not only my favorite, my only fruity cereal I ever truly loved, Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
I don't know what it was about those Pebbles. I would just crush bowl after bowl after bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Between the list, you two, and all the texts, I have yet to see the correct answer for number 1.
2, Cocoa Krispies. Spend some time.
God, yeah.
Spend some time with some Cocoa Krispies. Yeah, sure.
This is different
you like
than
those-
Cocoa Puffs.
Very different.
Okay.
Very different. Better than Cocoa Pebbles?
Yes, I see. Fruity
agree.
Pebbles, I was down with. Fruity Cocoa Pebbles, never a fan.
They got soggy so fast.
Yeah.
Where the Krispies keep their...
Here's your number 1. Now, this
Come
is,
on,
of course,
it's gotta
this
be
is
right.
just, here it is. Number
Lay it on
1
me.
on this list, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Really?
It's fine.
They didn't even have like a mascot. Really? Is there you got to have somebody you can associate it with. By the way, not that I didn't enjoy Cinnamon Toast Crunch back in the day. I've had plenty. More
good.
than enough for one lifetime. But number 1? Come on, what were you going to say was number 1, Fletcher?
Crunch berries. My God, crunch berries.
Captain Crunch berries?
I could eat crunch berries until the roof of my mouth
Yeah.
was tore open.
Is there any other result? The roof of your mouth always hurt after crunch berries.
Yeah, but I'm talking like 4 or 5 bowls. Like that
Sure.
was nothing
Yeah.
for me in
Oh,
my
yeah.
20s. Oh my God. And I haven't seen a text. I've seen Captain Crunch. I haven't seen crunch berries. Now I cannot go full berries because now they have all berries. No. You have to have
that's
the
silly.
crunch in there too. That is silly.
It's important to have both.
This is a serious conversation, and there's no room for that.
All right, 651-989 Rock. Keep them coming. Your top 3, if you want, cereals we will discuss throughout the rest of the day.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Breakfast cereals. We're discussing the greatest ever. And oh my, the opinions are flying around here like mud in a twister.
I have a hard time imagining Bob Dylan had ever eaten breakfast cereal in his life.
I bet Bob Dylan's the kind of guy who says, I like the Cocoa Krispies and the Cocoa Puffs combined. I bet he loves to do nothing more than befuddle people, so I bet that's kind of how he rolls.
I could see him eating grape nuts.
Sure.
Hey, I like this text from Ken in Robbinsdale. King Vitamin.
Oh, man.
I'm
King
working on
Vitamin,
It had
have breakfast with the King. Yeah, hell yeah.
its own song.
Yeah, look that bad boy up.
Okay.
I remember. And King Vitamin was just like an old dude. He wasn't like it was a real person dressed like with a king in a robe, as opposed to a cartoon character king. It was just an old actor. Some grumpy old character actor who was probably in the background of like a McHale's Navy episode or two. And then somebody said, let's put him on the box. Scott B. Clark, anybody remember the Freakies? Oh, yeah. Yeah, trust me. We were talking about cereal back on a Rank You Very Much. We were talking about best cereal mascots a few months ago. And we got into a big freaky vibe back then. But yeah, the Freakies, the 70s were, man, the weed was everywhere in the 70s. The Freakies were fantastic. I mean, the cereal was good. The commercials and the characters were even better.
Yeah, when they didn't think that stuff was bad for kids.
That's exactly right. In fact, looking at it now, I do think. I mean, I can remember. I loved buckwheats. That was always my one. And you got to look at BUC, not BUCK. Buckwheats, just pure maple, sugary, syrupy wheat flakes, sweeter than anything else, but because it was called buckwheats and they presented it with like a straw of wheat on the they tried to act like it was healthy for you.
Sure.
And then looking back, just straight cane sugar in a bowl.
Really? Wow. I'm looking at a picture. It says high nutrition cereal.
Yeah, man.
Sure. Big, huge letters.
Mm-hmm. When I got a job at a grocery store in the summer of 1985, buckwheats were still available, and I was working in the produce section, and then I met a guy who was just working, who would stock the shelves just of the regular stuff.
Yeah.
And he hit me up. I'd been there like a week, and he goes, "Hey, man, what do you want for a watermelon?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you give me a watermelon, I'll trade you something." And I'm like, "We can do that?" And he goes, "Yeah." Which was his way of saying, no, of course not. Just don't get caught. We were trading grocery products as if they were ours to trade.
So this is like fall off the back of the truck kind of deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, "Give me a couple watermelons. What do you want?" And I said, "You got buckwheats?" He goes, "Yeah. How many you want?" I said, "How many you got?" He brought me a cart. It was 12 boxes of buckwheat cereal. And I gave him 2 watermelons. I stole watermelons. He stole buckwheats. We traded them. And man, I've never been happier in my life.
Wow. You know what? Maybe the text of the cereal morning goes to Mike. He says, "I'm diabetic. Listen to this. He's going to risk his life. I'm diabetic, but I must have Lucky Charms occasionally, much to my wife and doctor's dismay. Damn the glucose."
Yeah, hey, Mike, you just triggered a memory. The Hayeses, my cousins on my mom's side, the Hayeses would come to town. There were 6 of them. 3 of my cousins in the Hayes family were diabetic. And they would come to the Gorman house, and they would be like, "Oh, here it goes." And they would wolf down sugared cereal like nothing you've ever seen, because they knew they weren't allowed to have that normally. And I don't remember what would happen as a result, other than Aunt Mary Lou would always be very upset. But they'd wake up and just burn through boxes of sugared cereal. Wow. First day in town.
Did they give themselves extra shots
I don't know. Like, I don't remember the details. I just know every time it was like there was a visit, and then the follow-up visit a couple summers later, it was like, hide the cereal. The Hayeses are coming. It was a whole theme in our family.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's pretty good stuff. Top 3 cereals of all time. The top 3 on the list. Number 3, Fruity Pebbles. Yes, I will sign off on that. A big fan. Number 2, Cocoa Krispies. Not so much.
So this is like chocolate Rice Krispies, basically?
Basically, that's exactly what it is, yeah.
I don't know.
And then number 1, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, a fine cereal, but number 1 all time, please.
Seems like somebody stuffed the ballot box for that one.
Give me Captain Crunch. Give me peanut butter Captain Crunch, would you?
Oh.
Ooh, and don't forget cinnamon Captain Crunch with Jean Lafoot. Oh, man. Any of the crunches work for me. All right, here's your last word. Today's last word is actually just that. It's a word.
Okay.
It is a word that is German and therefore inherently funny.
Sure.
Before I even tell you what it is, it just makes me laugh. Backpfeifengesicht. Backpfeifengesicht.
Backpfeifengesicht.
A face that begs to be slapped.
Ooh.
That's what it means.
I
or
know
a
some
face
people
that
with
needs
those.
a punch, or simply a punchable face.
Yes, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. Thank you. That works. That works. The Backpfeif is a slap across the cheek, and Gesicht is a face, and they just put it together, and that's a real word that people use in conversation in Germany, and that is a word to remember.
Say it one more time.
Backpfeifengesicht.
Backpfeifengesicht. All right.
That's the best I can do with it. But I just love the idea that there's a word for that.
It needs it.
That's good stuff. Tomorrow on this very show, Gorman in the Morning, we're going to play a little game called WTF, Wisconsin, Texas, Florida.
Yes.
Giving away Big Star Quintet tickets. Big Star, one of the great American rock bands of all time that never made it until all the bands that followed went, hey, they were great. How come they didn't make it? Fans, they're one of those bands that everybody who ever got their records started their own bands.
Listen, if you watched that 70s show in the 90s and maybe passed some things around a circle, the intro to that show, done by Cheap Trick, but was a Big Star song.
That's exactly right. They're playing First Ave next week. We're going to give away tickets. Coming up right now, Gunner is here with us next. He's going to give you a shot to get on the Rock the Boat cruise, as well as a chance to see the Pixies. So keep it right here on Minnesota's 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.